Now playing, Brian Bosworth is Stone Cold.
I don't get you.
You don't?
I don't.
You don't?
Nope.
What'd I do?
It just seems like every time we try to get close, and just when the mood is getting right, and I'm waiting.
My shoulder hurts.
Yeah, right. Your shoulder always hurts. You've been saying that ever since Seattle days.
Well, now, wait a minute. They weren't so nice to me up there, you know.
What sort of mean things did they do to you, Brian?
Well, they wouldn't let me have the number I wanted.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and the helmet messed up my hair, too.
That's rough.
Yeah. And then, you know, Bo Jackson? He always used to come up to me and knock me on my butt and stuff. Everybody made fun of me.
They did?
I think so.
Say, Brian.
Uh-huh.
Would you kiss me?
My lips are kind of chapped. You know, so maybe this wouldn't be a very good time. This is Almost Live, a program written and produced by sensitive, loving people. People who care, people who respect one another, who accord each other dignity and kindness.
No, you know, y'all know, I know we're all excited. We're all tremendously excited. Of course, it's been an incredibly exciting week. The big event, you saw a little bit of it just a little minute ago there. The day the world's been waiting for has finally arrived. The Brian Bosworth movie is here. Oh, what a surprise. Yes, he used to pretend to tackle people. Now he gets to pretend to shoot them, which is really exciting. You know, the boss and his agent, Gary Wishart, they've been talking a lot in the press the last week, and they said that their plan had always been to get the boss into the movies. And they said that the boss was really just a character that he played on the field. And, you know, the Seahawks, right, yeah, exactly. The Seahawks say they don't recall any character called Boz, although they do remember a player who kind of reminded them of Curly from the Three Stooges. The Free Stooges, that is, yes. Anyway, good, John. Good start, okay. Now, thank you. The Free Stooges. The movie that he's in was originally called The Brotherhood, but by the time it was released this week, it had been changed to Stone Cold. Because, right, they wanted it to be more appealing to Bosworth's fans, and that's the way most of us remember it. Stone Cold. Usually after he'd encountered Bo Jackson. Stone Cold. Although you might be interested to know that they tried several other names for the movie before they settled on that one. At least we thought you'd be interested, so we obtained this list of other names for Bosworth's movie. For example, Brian and Gary's Greedy Adventure was one. Look Who's Mumbling. 10 Men and a Baby. Oh, they should have gone with that one. Obviously, they missed a bet there, yeah. Another one they tried was Silence of the Box Office. Again, obviously, missed out on that one. You know, those are just a few of the names that they were trying out in the movie. In this movie, Bosworth plays an unorthodox cop who doesn't play by the rules. And, you know, at Almost Live, we say, if you've got a crime problem in this day and age, don't send in the Boz. Choose the modern alternative. Call in Jet Guy. Yeah.
It's Jet Guy, action hero who flies free of the bounds of gravity. Jet Guy. He's insurance actuary Guy Morris, who fights for truth and justice with a jet and a jacket. Fly with him now as he lives the adventures of Jet Guy. To stop a van of fleeing bank robbers. Unfortunately, he forgets the code.
Let's see, 447, 7. I know there's a 7. 7448. That's it. 7448-3518.
This week on Jet Guy, the Invisible Ray.
There you are.
Great.
How does it work? Simple. You throw the switch to the left, and you're rendered completely invisible. However, due to the nature of the dipolarity of ray diodes, if you throw the switch to the right, well, you'll be blown to smithereens.
Here, let me try it. Incredible.
Hey! Someone robbed the bank again!
Time to jet.
Good luck, Jet Guy. Remember, always to the left.
Right.
Hey, it's Jet Guy.
Hold it right there, Jet Guy, or I'll blow you to smithereens.
Oh, yeah? Well, watch this.
Next week on Jet Guy.
Well, Guy, with the exception of a small concussion, you're going to be just fine.
Thanks, Doc.
Jet Guy!
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back with Bill Nye, the Science Guy. Hey, pizza!
All right!
Hey.
Pepperoni! Hey,
right.
you love it. Hey, give me that back! Come on!
Well, a personal friend for over 157 years, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Nye, the Science Guy. Bill, nice to see you. They love you, Bill. Bill, I see all sorts of exciting things, water, glasses, electronic apparatus. Looks really exciting. What are we going to do tonight?
Well, John, we're going to talk about pressure. We're going to talk about pressure, specifically atmospheric pressure. John, nothing
Great.
particularly dangerous eye-wise tonight, but you know, it's a great
that's-
tradition.
What a shame.
It's a great
All right.
tradition, and so I want you to don the safety glasses.
Safety goggles. Great.
And tonight I chose the red. I think this could be my favorite shirt.
Oh,
You think
thank
of
you.
the whole year. I'm not saying. Very cool. John, you look very sharp. Now let's get started right away. Nothing too spectacular. Ordinary deck of cards. I've happened to have selected the Joker.
Oh,
This is a what, John?
it's
Griffin low form beaker.
test tube.
This is a test tube, right. Now,
Okay.
you may do this in a restaurant with a drinking glass, but at Nye Laboratories, we do it, of course, with the test tube. Everyone's
Oh,
familiar
yes. Look,
with the
it-
traditional experiment. Okay, right? Right? You're with me? No applause? That's fine.
That's okay. Yeah. You know, that's all right. Only
Okay.
applaud if you feel like it. We're not. Oh, look,
Esther
there.
Williams Joker there. And so, okay. Now,
That's great.
John, that's fine. Now, what held the card up?
A little bit of adhesive that you secretly put on the end of the
John,
tube.
no, John. It was
Oh.
atmospheric pressure, John.
That's right. That's what I meant to say.
Pushing up all around, pushing up all around. Now, what causes atmospheric pressure, John?
The atmosphere.
Well, the atmosphere, but more specifically, gravity, John. Gravity's pulling
Okay.
down all the time on the air and creating pressure here at where is this?
Sea level.
Sea level, very close. John, we put a little water in the great cylinder of science.
Okay.
No need to add a joker of science. Now, John,
Okay.
we're going to pressurize it as though we were atmospheric pressure. Then we're going to release the pressure as though we were a cloud at high altitude. See, as the air reaches high altitude and expands, it cools, and water vapor comes out of solution. Now, when it comes out of solution, it has to nucleate on dust particles, which we'll get from these matches, and see that little bit of smoke. Now, John, energizing the pump,
Well, Bill, there is no smoke in there, though.
just the
I mean,
tiniest bit.
But you put the matches out.
In the bottom. But
Right.
in there, John, is a tiny bit of smoke, creating dust. Dust pervading the cylinder of science.
Okay. Well.
And then when we release the pressure
Yeah.
on the cylinder of science.
Okay. Let's see.
You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa!
That is pretty cool. See, you don't see any cloud until you won't see a cloud until there are dust particles in here. Kind of a subtle, cool thing.
That's very cool, Bill.
So it cools it because of gravity, lower pressure, high altitude. Now, John.
Okay.
While we're talking about atmospheric pressure,
Uh-oh.
coming out of this side of the pump is pressure.
Okay.
Pressure. This side is vacuum. Now, John, if we follow the hose
This side.
over here, you'll find the vacuum is plumbed, as we say, into the great acrylic plate of science.
Okay.
Now, these pins are for alignment, just to save precious time.
Okay.
Now, can you hear the pump kind of slow down a little bit?
No, did it?
I
Is
think
the valve
so, John.
closed and everything?
Let's just check the valve.
Oh,
He's
well,
skeptical.
yeah, it's sticking.
He's
so it
skeptical.
must,
Yeah, the valve is closed, John. And indeed, for you gauge buffs, there is
Okay, it's
vacuum
closed.
developing.
That's fine.
Now,
That's fine.
John, what we will do, we will raise the cylinder of science.
Boy,
This will be
Bill,
another
I don't
cylinder
know
of
about
science.
this.
Up
And
there.
you're going to get up there and do that?
No, John, I was thinking maybe you'd do it.
Oh.
John,
Okay, well, help me out.
yeah. Can we get a spotter in here?
Always willing to help the science guy. You know that.
Ed's wearing a
I'd do
science guy
anything.
shirt. That's
Oh,
very
well,
sharp,
what
Ed.
What a.
The science team, it will support your weight. Quite
Okay,
astounding.
Are we ready to do
Well,
it?
no, yes, we are. Very close, John. Yes.
Oh,
if you
boy.
will, please
You know, I couldn't
step
do this.
off the stool of science. Now, John, I know you're hanging there.
Okay,
I will open the valve. Everyone listen and let atmospheric pressure
Bill,
back
turn it
in.
off now, Bill.
Can you hear the
Bill,
pressure coming
turn
back
the
in?
thing off, Bill.
It's off, John. You're dangling. Don't face the audience. There you go.
Okay.
We're letting pressure back in to prove that the atmosphere is suspending and not those three
Oh,
little
I couldn't do this if I hadn't. That's great. Bill Nye, the Science Guy. Good job.
Studio amplification for Almost Live provided by American Music.
Boy, these are the biggest buildings.
Look at that.
This is pretty good. They ain't got nothing like this in Kent, I'll tell you.
that one.
Look at that. Oh, hold it. Look how big that one is. Wow.
Man.
Look at that blue one. That one all blue. Hey, some construction workers there.
Hi, Debbie.
Well, hi, Jer. How's it going?
I'm fine. Hey, can I get you a latte?
Oh, thanks, but I have one.
Oh, what are you reading?
Well, I just finished a fascinating article in the journal about the crisis in American healthcare. What do you think about socialized medicine?
Oh, well, boy, look at the time. You know, I have a meeting I have to go to. I'm sorry. I'll see you later.
See ya.
Hey girls, has this ever happened to you? Does the phrase, "she's so independent," sound all too familiar? Maybe you're too smart for your own good. If you're tired of searching for a man who's attracted to a confident, well-adjusted, smart woman, then you need Ditzy Babe. At Ditzy Babe, we teach intelligent women how to be cute, helpless, and not too bright. Come in today for our fast and free independent woman analysis. We'll measure your bust size, your hair, and your IQ to create a personalized program just for you. And it's so easy. In no time, you'll see results. At Ditzy Babe, we teach you the lost art of stimulating conversation between the sexes. Phrases like, uh-huh, 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 totally, uh-huh. Wow, I've never seen anyone drink a beer that way before. Oh, please. Do your Steve Martin imitation again. Before you know it,
morning and welcome to the John Report. I'm John, here's my report. Metro officials say that the Italian manufacturer of its new buses is not to blame for the high cost of replacement parts, including $258 for a $4 oil filter. Metro says that the Italians explained that their government has what's called an American Stupido tax on all exports. A Native American group wants the state education board to crack down on schools using Indian names as mascots. Blanchette High School has already complied, changing its name from the Braves to the Preppy White Kids. The fancy Larry's Market chain is scaling back. Police say that they haven't seen anything like it since Como TV's Ken Schramm appeared at the Tukwila Sizzler. Some parents were upset that a Seattle public alternative school was the site of a psychic fair with strange-looking magicians and mind readers with crystal balls. When asked about this, the school's principal said that was a faculty meeting. Police in Vancouver, Washington think their new Chevrolet Caprices are really ugly. City officials say yes, they are ugly, but they go well with Vancouver's downtown. Governor Booth Gardner has okayed a pilot program to put video cameras on school buses. Gardner says he wants to catch the little creeps who are always making faces at him out the back window. Talent scouts for the TV show Star Search will be in Seattle on May 30th. The news is good for the community, which is currently suffering a 98% unemployment rate for its spokesmodels. A third grader at Green Lake Elementary was caught with a loaded .22 caliber handgun. The student said it was for his visual aid for his report on Tacoma. And finally, the graduation speaker at Evergreen State College this year is best-selling author Robert Fulghum. His address to the graduates will be titled "Everything You Need to Know You Learned at a School Without Grades Where Everyone Smokes Out and Plays Frisbee." This has been the John Report. Thank you, and we'll be right back.
Guys, there's a lot more boxes down the hall. Can you give me a hand?
It's time for Teen Tips with Josh O'Brien.
Hey kids, it's your pal. All set with pen in hand to write something witty and perceptive like 2 cool 4 words, best friends forever, and out comes something like, "You are one of the most talented individuals I have ever known." Whoa, what the hell's that garbage? Well, my Teen Tips booklet answers questions that troubled high schoolers need to know. Questions like this.
What kind of stuff can I learn from you, Josh?
Some of the stuff you'll learn includes how to write sexually explicit messages and disguise them as football anecdotes, how to dot your I's with really cool things like Skull and Crossbones or the Motley Crue logo, and we'll give you surefire ways to avoid having to sign the Fat Kids yearbook. Other questions?
What's this year's hottest tip for yearbook signing?
That's a good question. It's writing phrases with double meanings. For example, when you write, "You're a special friend," it really means, "Thanks for not narking on me about that stolen CD player." And "Hope to see you, dude," means, "Don't even think about calling me, geek."
Hey, Josh, how come a guy like you knows so much about high school?
Well, for 3 years, I taught PE at a Catholic girls' school until I chaperoned the cheerleaders on a spring retreat. Anyway, that's not important. Let me help you get rid of that yearbook signing stress. And while you're at it, check out my other booklet, How to Avoid Getting Naked After Gym Class. Later, kids.
Well, that's all the time we have. Bye-bye. We'll see you next week.